Hi, my name is Chris Young, founder of the Rainmaker Group. Today I want to share with you why your salespeople aren't selling. It's actually quite simple. After being in sales for 40 years and half that in sales management and management consulting, I've had the opportunity to look under a few hoods, see a few sales teams, and there's a pattern. There's a pattern and it's really, really simple. The right salespeople doing the right things and a culture of accountability. It's that simple, yet it is extremely difficult, and I'll tell you why. Because it is rare that CEOs and sales leadership are on the same page in terms of what they want. They all want increased sales, but few will do the work. Few will make the sacrifices. Most are interested, few are committed. The difference between interested and committed: interested people do what's convenient, committed people do whatever it takes. And everybody's got their excuses, but ultimately it comes down to, do you have the right salespeople, following the right systems, and a culture of accountability? Let's take them apart briefly, and over subsequent videos and vlogs and blogs, I'll be speaking more about this. I've been talking about this through my blog for years, but I want to bring it to the video. So, sales talent. When you have the right salespeople, it is magical. When you have the wrong salespeople, you're missing out. And quite frankly, every part, sales talent, sales system, sales culture, every single element can be quantified. And I would strongly recommend, I beg you, quantify every piece that you can of your sales model, your sales engine, talent, systems, and culture. When you objectify the subjective, it makes it very, very difficult to run away from it if you have business acumen and if you're truly committed to maximizing the performance of your sales team and maximizing profitability. That's what we're here for, maximize profitability. So to sales talent, when you think about sales talent, think sales hiring scorecard. Think of your best salespeople, the background, the experience, the education, and really all of them are integral, but an integral part of every sales hiring scorecard is job fit. And that's the extent that sales personality of each salesperson matches the needs of the job through the job benchmark. If you are not job matching, if you're not using a job benchmark coupled with powerful psychometric sales personality testing, you're missing out. There's life before and life after. Give us a call. Happy to set you up for a sample sales personality test. There's life before and life after. So sales talent. Without the right salespeople, nothing else really matters. And even if you think you have the right salespeople, there's a good chance that, quite frankly, your sales performance is not nearly where it could be. All right, let's talk about sales systems. Sales systems, it's a broad category. Long story short, adopting best practices in terms of scripting, follow-up practices, drip campaigns, sales enablement, and in particular CRM. In fact, new CRM, the latest and greatest in the CRM world, is a lot of sales enablements being dripped right into the CRM, and it is powerful. But you know what? So few organizations, so few sales organizations use CRM, and those that do, few use it to the extent that they should and must. In order to get that return on investment, in order to maximize sales performance, you absolutely must have a solid sales system, in particular CRM. I'm sorry, there are a lot of salespeople out there who don't want to use it, and if you give them choices, they won't use it. But the fact is you will never maximize sales performance unless you have the right talent, doing the right things, and a culture of accountability. Sales systems are essential to getting the right things done. The other thing about sales systems is it creates an accountability for activity. You know, I hate to say it, but we've seen so many salespeople out there. No offense, but we've seen a lot of salespeople out there not putting forth all of the effort, and then on top of that, and even potentially worse, the effort that they're putting out is not particularly efficient because they're not incorporating best practices with their prospects and clients. So next, culture. Culture of accountability. It's not important, it is absolutely essential. Just as essential as the right talent and the right systems, accountability, culture of accountability is absolutely paramount. And you know it when you smell it. Walk into an organization, if you see salespeople, some salespeople are treated with favor, and it has nothing to do with about performance, and it's about who knows who. That's not a culture of accountability. If people miss their numbers and there's no accountability, that's not a culture of accountability. You know it. When you smell it, when you walk into an organization, or if your organization, bring us in. We can run surveys. We can identify what your sales culture is right now very objectively. And until you create that culture of accountability, you will be missing out. One thing to think about with sales wolves, they're the top 20 percentile, not necessarily in your company, but in the industry. You may not even have one on your team right now. Okay, we can quantify that for you. But sales wolves, they absolutely thrive in a culture of accountability. They seek it, and if they smell that they're not in a culture of accountability, there is a potential that they'll settle, but that's pretty rare. Quite frankly, most sales wolves will move on. They will get out. They will move on to greener pastures where they're surrounded by sales wolves who push them, and sales management who hold them accountable, who engage them and help them maximize their performance and their mindset. All right, and finally, all three, they all feed on each other. If you don't have the right talent, systems are not going to get you where you need to go. The right talent will not use system, or the wrong talent will not use systems. They'll avoid them, because if they're using the systems and the outcomes aren't particularly good, if they're using the systems and there's proper activity tracking and they're not getting traction, guess what? There's going to be potentially accountability. So if you don't have accountability, sales wolves potentially will leave. You'll never get the maximum performance out of your sales talent, etc., etc., etc. So they all lean on each other like a three-legged stool. If you take out one leg, the rest will fall. And not just that. When you have lack of sales or poor sales talent fit, if you have lack of sales systems follow-up, and if your culture is not particularly accountable, it creates a grind. It creates a grind for sales management. It creates a grind for your prospects and your customers. And customers don't like friction, and nor do sales management. So, all right, enough from me. Until next time, take a look at our other content, watch our videos. We've got more coming. Check out our blog. If you have not completed our sales personality testing, I am the sample. I'm telling you, if you get it, when you see these tools, there's life before, there's life after. We can absolutely objectify the subjective, and it's a powerful, powerful thought process. It's a very, very powerful, not just for sales performance optimization, but also sales coaching. So until next time, happy hunting.